Thank you, Jim, appreciate it.
You bet.
All right, let's move on to
Jeff, why don't you
8A.
get the mic? Robert, we need to
Shine the light there.
Otherwise you're gonna be in the spotlight.
We don't want that.
8A2, review and discussion of proposed street repair projects and other public works projects as to be presented by Public Works Director Jeff Folkley. Welcome, Jeff.
Good evening. How is everybody?
Swell.
Swell.
We interrupted the intense Viking discussion to have a meeting.
Yes.
Since it's just the pictures on Monday night, it's no big deal. Take your time.
Exactly.
There you go. First off, I'm going to pass you out what I'm going to talk about on the slideshow here, and this is basically street repair projects that would be required just to get the street in a good enough condition to be able to seal coat it. And what that means is the street isn't good enough to overlay. So in order to buy some time, I want to take and do some patches on critical areas of the city, and these are the marked off areas I'm going to go through. And also I'm going to pass out a paper that's going to be on what has been done for seal coating in the past, and when you do a brand new road, you have to stay maintenance on that road, so if it does crack up in the next, after the next winter, you need to crack seal that road, and then after probably 3 crack seals or even 2, you want to seal coat that road, and that saves the road. And that's what we've done in the past and stuff. So when people say, well, my road is completely shot, why are you spending money on this newer road? Because you still need to do the maintenance on the newer road. Once the old road is alligated up to a certain point, then what you want to do is called grind and overlay. So you want to grind it out, put the material back down, recompact it back in place, add a little class 5, and then overlay it. And the only way you can do that is if you have no utilities in that road that you need to replace. So as you all know, that 2008, 9, 10, and 11, we did a lot of street repair in town here, but we also did a lot of infrastructure repair underneath those. So those are completed from, say, sewer, water, storm electric, all the way to the surface, curb and gutter. But that doesn't mean we gotta stop, and we still have to go back and keep maintaining these roads. What tonight's presentation is the worst roads in the worst condition, and I'm just trying to do a patch to get by. Okay?
Yep. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, one of the reasons we're doing this is part of our budgetary process.
Right, and hang on, I gotta pass.
We're gonna show you just some pictures real quick of some of the streets in town and what's wrong with them and how we intend to address the issue.
Did you give out the budget?
No.
Hang on. Lay them down back there. This is the current budget that you have, that you've talked about at the 2.9%, 2.9+%, that we're still discussing. It's not been approved, it's the discussion budget, but that's all I have to go by.
And on this, in the capital projects fund, if you look under streets, about 2/3 of the way down, we're talking about the line that's the second from the bottom there. It's $114,383 is the end of 2011 for street work. And we added 50,000 this year, which brings up to 164. And then as you can see, we're just tracking this across. Proposed budget 2013 is another 50,000. One might argue, why aren't we putting a lot more money into that fund to try to address these streets? One of the reasons is that I think Jeff's got a really good plan of attack here to save the streets, any further damage, and then to go about a systematic approach for resurfacing them in the future. Rather than trying to address this all at once, it'd be far too expensive. I think we were talking over like $2 million if we were just gonna go in and mill and overlay every street that needed to be done. We certainly don't think that that's a responsible course of action. We've got another way to go, which will still preserve the streets and will allow us over time to bring them back up into flow condition.
This is North Street, just if you're at the hotel looking straight west, that's what you're looking at here. And you can see it's busted up pretty good. I don't have a picture to show you. I tried to do it with a cone, but you can't see it very good in the picture. That cone sits about an inch up higher than where that blacktop is. So as a road is built, you have the crown in the center, the water's objective is to run to the curbs takes the water away, and you don't have water standing on your street, and it doesn't wreck the road. In this case, the water can't even get to the curb.
So it pulls on the road, it frosts and heaves, cracks it up, and then you start underneath the road, you get the rock starts to mix from the water with sand, and then the road starts to lose its strength.
This is Elm looking up to the south, and then North Street, of course, would be to your left there. And you just saw the picture heading the other way. And where the cone is what we'd want to take out and replace that. And then also have an option to replace all the way up the top of that hill, to where that, and all you know when you drive over that hill, you have that really hard kind of a bump there where that waterway is. So we could replace it to the waterway also, because the road is that tough a shape. This is that corner right there on North and Elm that we just looked at. You can see the picture is here to show the height of the curb, and also the valve box for the water sits up too high for the plow, and the plow hits it. This would be up the hill towards looking to the south from Elm Street. I guess we call that Brewery Hill. And you can see the tire track on the right side is where most